Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are. Welcome to Chris RD Gymnastics channel. Welcome, family, and presenting to you the Australia Open Diving Championship 2025, which is a qualifying event also for the World Championship Aquatics 2025. In which will be happening in Singapore. Well, the very great thing here is that Cashel Russo, who is competing in the 10 meters platform, is also competing now in the 3 meter springboard, and we might be seeing him in the World Championship. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and share to this channel. Thank you for the support. We have Cashel Russo. We'll be having. Alright, so we're gonna start now the 3 meter springboard finals, men's 3 meter springboard.
Maybe.
Our diver Archie also competed in the 10 meters platform. So gonna be an inward to in-half somersault for Archie force it. That's in attack position.
Hey, Hinchcliffe, I'll talk to you about that after the competition. No, I'm kidding.
No, Archie's really exciting dive. He's still young, getting his dives up, but
14?
I know. I thought he was older than that, but yeah.
What's your pick?
A very young Archie. He got a very good dive there.
Yeah.
Depends how they grow up, isn't it?
I was gonna say,
So Archie force it got 52.65 in that dive, which he did well.
Flex on when they're 17, 18.
6.5.
See how he fills out.
Exactly.
And now we'll be having our next diver, James Wood. James Wood will be doing a 405B, difficulty of 3.0, inward to in-half somersaults in pike position.
And he's
Amazing.
much diving as well.
Very great job
his lessons
for
really recently,
James
actually,
Wood.
and I think he's really coming into it.
Yeah. Well, I think
Sounds great.
How long has he been diving?
Not long. I think maybe a year or two.
Is that it?
Yeah, not very long.
Wow,
But
2
he's
years in a row
really
only.
strong
James
and
is
a lot
doing a
of
dive,
power.
so he got 63.0 points
Quite a few lines,
for his first
Crazy.
round.
And
James
for me, I
Wood.
have this time where I go away.
Rachel Russo will be doing also a 3 meter springboard. That's amazing. Lanchan Abbott will be doing an inward to in-half somersaults
Amazing.
in pike position.
Lachlan Abbott's.
405B, 3.0 difficulty.
So gold in the 1 meter springboard event.
Nice
Junior
pike
event last
position.
year. He doesn't look like a junior anymore. Very powerful indeed.
Indeed, it's powerful dive.
And his progress.
I mean,
It's great to see
same
his
for me,
progress here.
You know, see them at nationals and they've just grown up
Yeah,
out
all
of
of a sudden
nowhere.
they-
Lanchan Abbott got
I think he's
63.0,
junior,
405B.
but no, really exciting. He's got some big dives
Indeed as
there,
well.
coming later in the event, so it's great. to
Lanchan
see.
Abbott.
That he does. Got Max Lee.
Now we have here from Singapore,
Yeah,
Max Lee.
Max
So
Powell.
he will do a 405B, 3.0
It's really
difficulty,
good to have,
inward to in-half somersaults in
divers from
pike
other countries
position.
coming to our
I
nationals.
think so too, yeah. And obviously Cass really liked having Rakuto
Wow,
as train as well.
awesome job for Max
It's
Lee.
nice to have that. You know what I mean? We've got
So this is
talent
also a
that puts it
qualifying
out there.
event for them for the
So we don't
World,
have the new boys
yes,
here
World
this year. I think they've
Championship
been a bit
2025
Usually we've
that will
got
be
the,
happening in
our
Singapore.
mates from across the ditch coming.
Yeah, it makes
That's Max Lee.
one way to say it. No, it's good.
Great
You
pike
do need
position,
that.
and
It is. I mean, let's
the
face
entry
it,
is
here in
good.
Australia, we're a long way from
64.5.
anywhere. Like if you're in Europe, at least you get that chance. Just you can hop on a plane for a couple of hours. So it's not so easy for us. So it is important to have that relationship. from
Now we got here our
across
next
the ditch,
diver,
as Madison said.
Benjamin
But
Wilson.
Benjamin Wilson,
Gonna be a
absolute
back
cracker
to in-half
wonder
somersaults in
result
pike
there.
position.
That's
To
also
05B,
amazing how she's in the
3.0
semi-finals, so
difficulty.
hopefully you can keep that going.
Awesome job
shot.
for Benjamin Wilson.
Yeah, I think he was a little over in the semis. So he's like, it's always that
Pulled the
pace.
back,
Like,
yeah.
you're like, you go over a shorter one, and then you kind of over adjust at one point.
It's really hard to kind of disconnect yourself from what you, especially if you did something in the warm up, went over in the warm up, you go, oh, I don't want to go over, but instead you want to think about the fact that no, you don't want to think about what you don't want to.
Benjamin Wilson got 54.0 in this round.
I do have a couple of questions for you. Obviously, you had this
6.5, 6. So those are great numbers.
But Obviously, a very bumpy road leading up to that point.
Coming
Missing
up
out
here
on
with our
Japan.
popular
When
springboard
you
Hudson
didn't
Skinner.
qualify for Japan, or that didn't
Gonna
pan
be
out, when
an
you're just like,
inward
"That's where I'm at."
2.5
Not gonna be similar.
somersaults
Was
in
there
pike
be
position.
on the cusp at that point?
Will
I
be
mean,
a 405B
I
special
think at that
difficulty
point
of
I always knew I was gonna go
3.0.
on, which made it
Okay, that's
easier.
good.
We'll just wait for Hudson to start, I think.
oh, we can keep chatting.
Nice start.
No, it is a very nice start.
Yeah, no, I think I was obviously, really sad that I missed out, but also I don't think I was mentally or physically ready for the Olympics.
61.5 for Hudson Skinner in the first
And
round.
not do what I knew I was
Which is
capable
good.
of. And so,
Yeah, very good point.
Well done.
I wish I went
Hudson,
for,
777,
I think
6.5.
because I didn't have that expectation on me.
Cashel Russo.
And I also knew I was going to
Wow, representing QLD, Queensland.
So it wasn't like
Inward 2.5 somersault in pike position.
Okay, let's
Which made it
3.0 difficulty, 405B.
Some people might be like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to.
Awesome job.
It is.
So I think obviously Japan was
It's great to see them trying also the springboard. Alexis Red also is doing a springboard.
Yeah, it was. I guess luckily from
It was fine.
Japan to Paris was only 3
Cashel.
years, so it didn't feel like too long, but it being 8 years from between my two Olympics. It
So
feels like a
Cashel got
lifetime, to be honest.
63.0, 777.5. It's a good score. It's a good dive for Cashel. We're now starting the round
The
2.
best. Sometimes you just have to deal with what you get.
Yeah, I have to persevere.
Archie. Alright, it was awesome.
What do you say to yourself?
Even Archie is young, but he is doing well, starting young.
I don't know what happened. I hit a point in that Olympics and I just knew.
Archie, what an
I knew
expression,
my outcome
Archie.
would be good. I just
So it's 44.8. Yeah, it was over-rotated for Archie. He didn't have a good vertical lines there. He can improve there.
I just knew that nothing was going to stop me at that point. Everything had kind of fallen into place. I was comfortable.
That's
with being
James
uncomfortable
Wood.
in that point.
It's
So it was very uncomfortable.
105B,
So I really liked
2.4 difficulty.
but no, I did a lot of work,
Forward 2.5
beforehand,
somersaults in
with all my
pike
mental
position.
preparation and competition preparation. I knew that I just had to give it my all, and I kind of knew as soon as I did my hurdle.
It's 46.8
wasn't
for the
falling
second
forward.
round.
Okay, it's gonna be okay. But yeah, it's just like. But I got
So
to the point where
46.8, 6.5, 6, 6, 7, 6.5. Those are his
nervous
numbers
to
from the
kind of,
judges, from
nervous
James
to
Wood.
be nervous. I was really excited to be in that point. It was really.
Lenchan Abbott of New South Wales. They've been inward 3.5 somersaults in tuck. It's 407C, 3.4 difficulty.
Great start, and yeah, really vertical on the entry. I think I'd be really happy with that one.
Indeed, it's vertical in the entry.
I have had some experience with some of my rebel events, and I just remember just having that feeling one night. I was like, I'm gonna win.
The attack position is good. He had a good vertical line. So do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel for Chris RD.
Yeah,
Thank you very
I'm the
much,
first person I
everyone.
don't like ever putting myself in I guess, forward
From
and,
Singapore, Max Lee.
conservative with my
Front
practice.
3.5 somersaults in pike position.
I just knew nothing was gonna stop me.
107B, 3.1 difficulty.
I did, but I was just, no matter what, I was ready for that, for that moment.
It's a little bit forward
For
from
me,
the
that was
hurdle
Probably greater than the
I
moment
believe it's a
of
good
winning the
dive
medal itself because of,
from Max Lee.
my goal in diving is to master it, and for me, mastering it is just being consistent. And I did 3 consistent rounds in the prelim, semi, and the
That's
final.
good.
I think I finished second in every round.
58.9.
And so for me, that was just, the mastery of it. I was just so happy with the performance itself.
So it's very important for them to compete here so that they can practice more. So Benjamin Wilson now, it's alright. He did a front 3.5 somersault in pike position, 107B, 3.1 difficulty.
Two things to my players: be on time and try your best.
Exactly.
Great job.
Yeah, because it's very easy. With diving, it's very easy to tie
63.55 for Benjamin
how you
Wilson
filter
for the
results,
second
but
round.
obviously the only result you can control is yourself.
Yep.
And so for me, I don't.
So you got 7, 6.5, 7,
I
7.5,
know at my
7.5.
point, if I dive well enough, I'll probably end up with the result that I'm.
Now we got here one of the great diver,
For me, it's just
Hudson
things I
Skinner.
want to achieve in every
Gonna be a
single
front
dive.
three and half somersaults in
If I
pike
can achieve
position.
those things,
107B
you know,
3.1
I've reached my
difficulty.
goals, and I'm
Hudson
eternally happy with that.
Skinner.
Any thoughts on sort of bringing back reverse 3.5 again in those dives? Oh, I like what you do that dive. It's great.
Yeah,
That was
everyone's
great,
got-
Hudson.
It's fun to watch because you don't have to do it.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Hudson did very well.
Dive, no doubt.
Entering my grandma years, so I don't know about that. I thought
Madison,
about it,
come
but
on.
I don't know.
Hudson got 65.1.
2.5 is one of my weaker dives, but now I've done some work on my reverse 2.5, so it's not as
Yeah.
critical to.
We got here Cashel Russo.
Yeah, and it's scary.
17.
Queensland.
So what's up with that?
That's
What's up with the
front
Let's talk
3.5
about
somersaults in pike position.
He's diving on 3 meter.
Well,
He did
you can tell me how
107B
easy I'm shooting.
3.1
So why don't you
difficulty.
have a go then?
Oh, you egged him on.
I always egg him on about it, but yeah, I think he wanted to try a couple
Cashel
of
Russo did
things,
it very well.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, yeah, I want
69.75.
and blah blah blah, and I always keep complaining about how hard 3 meter is. So I think he has a bit of.
It's
understanding.
8.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 8. Very great score. 69.75. Archie now.
And then he's like, hang on a second.
Oh,
I swear it's not that easy. We just make it look easy.
he did well.
We were talking about with Andy and AD.
Sayang, medyo they are having a fast
Mate, it's a killer.
pacing here. We are now in the round 3. So Archie got 54.6.
What AD says, he said like you need 19 different hurdles. You know, you
Oh,
need to be able to-
Yeah, he can work on with
Handle it to
his
the back, hanging 10, I can handle it off to the side. Alicia had a bit of a tough one. And
he can do
Oh,
it well
absolutely.
next time.
And sometimes.
Even with
when
the
you're
round
in
3,
life,
yeah,
I think you just get one in the competition. So I've experienced that as well, but it's also about experiencing those sorts of things and accepting that
Sayang,
sometimes that
we-
happens.
we
Especially when you
didn't
want to
know
happen.
what he did.
But that's.
But he got
the
55.8 for this dive, third round. Yeah, the vertical line is not that well. So this is Chris RD Gymnastics. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much.
Yep, that was me.
That was you.
I booked twice in one event.
So Lanchan Abbott now back to in half somersaults in pike position for Lanchan, New South Wales. 205B 3.0 difficulty. Ah, sayang. Almost he has some big mistakes there. Wasn't able to form the vertical line. He entered the water in arc position.
A bit of a testament to
So 49.5 somersault is good, but the vertical line wasn't enough.
Definitely, at one point in my life, I probably done the first walk and lost it.
Max Lee now. Max Lee of Singapore back to in half somersaults in pike position. Back to in half somersaults would be a 205B 3.0 difficulty. Max Lee.
That won't happen again, and then you next hurdle.
Nice pike and the revolution is good. Very well. It's just a vertical line that needs to be more work well.
I can reflect on it, and I'd like to think, I was like, at this point in my career, surely this shouldn't be happening. But once again,
It's
things happen
45.0.
for no rhyme or reason, or maybe there was a couple of reasons of context of what was going on, but it's just kind of
So 5, 6,
how you actually
6.
process that. You have to move on to the next dive.
Maybe he just
as
needs
much as
more
you want.
height.
Think about that one before.
Benjamin Wilson of Vic.
And to say, you know what, I can go to the shower and have a whinge about that after the event, but while I'm here,
Sayang. Wasn't able to form the vertical line there.
or at least,
You
if
need
I
to work
pull
on
a
with
hurdle
that.
and your next hurdle's really nervous, but, I can go, oh, you know what, but on the second hurdle, I did a good takeoff, or I was able to deal with this, and that in itself is a win. And so you kind of look for the wins.
We need to work out more in the gym. So
yeah, in the
49.5
situations
for
that don't go so
Benjamin
well, and you
Wilson.
can learn from it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people call it after action review as well. What went well? What didn't go well?
Benjamin Wilson got, it was forward to in half somersaults with one whole twisting. That thing that he did.
Definitely had some anger management.
Now we got here Hudson Skinner, front to in half somersaults with double twisting in pike position, 5154B with difficulty of 3.4.
But the interesting point was that he used to lose his cool, and then he had a coach, and his second coach came up to him and said, You need to work on
That's
that.
great and that's
You really
amazing.
control that stuff, you know. And I bet it was, you know, obviously maybe some of us all have a predisposition towards something, but the point of the story is that you can always evolve and always grow and always get better. But it's the mindset, right? The choice, I would say.
Definitely, I was definitely similar when I was younger because I was never happy with my dives, and so
He got 73.1, a very great dive from Hudson Skinner. Cashel Russo, last diver for the third round in this 3-meter springboard. 205B, 3.0 difficulty, back 2.5 somersaults in pike position. So we might be seeing Cashel Russo also competing for the 3-meter springboard in the World Championship.
I wasn't very good at that, so
And we will be very excited to see him there. I miss his long hair. It's 72.0 for Cashel.
But yeah, no, it's all definitely learning.
Cashel is a before he's an acrobatic gymnast, so 72.0. Yeah.
It seems like you've gone through a huge amount of growth
Archie.
as a person, as a human.
Oh,
And
awesome.
commend you for the way that you
But
treat
I
others
think
and the way
there's
that you're
some
doing
bit
things.
of
Seems
form
like
that
there's a
needs to be
synergy
corrected
between,
or to improve.
self-development and growth and obviously in how you perform in diving.
Son, it
That's very
wasn't
nice to
happy
hear.
with
Like,
that.
I'm definitely still not perfect.
Let's see how it goes.
You know, working on it every
43.2.
day, but, I've been able
Pike
to
is
mature
good.
so I can at least see it and accept it,
Alright.
especially when it doesn't go
Yeah,
right.
the
I can
entry
reflect
just
on it a
needs
lot
to
more quickly
work.
than I used to.
And I was the same too, yeah. And you just get so disappointed with yourself. Things don't go
43.2.
right.
Don't be disappointed, Archie, because your next performance will be affected.
Absolutely.
We are now in the fourth round. Oh, sorry, in this competition.
And there has been some good diving going on.
I know.
Back-
Cass did have a really nice back 2.5.
Well, I think that's the best back 2.5 I've ever seen from him. Don't tell him that though.
It'll go to his head. No, it seems like great camaraderie between you guys up there. I mean, all the states got some great teammates, but I can definitely see there's a fair bit of banter between the two of you.
Yeah, no, it's really great having him around. He's always fun at training, and yeah, even just between the states, yeah, everyone's supporting each other. I think it's really great to see, especially when our events are a bit smaller. So it's good family.
Solange and Abbott reverse 2.5 somersaults in pike position now.
I think it's
Awesome
all thanks to
job.
everyone here today.
Yes, I think so too. So
I'll
Laura,
have to-
you'll have to replay it and have a listen.
I believe I can see her in the crowd right now. So I will pass my thanks along to her in person. Not only on here, but in person.
43.5 for Lanchan Abbott.
A little bit sore.
It's a bit
That's
sore,
great.
yeah.
Just doing a lot of feet first lead ups, I take it. Or
43.5.
First, I started doing some 1 meter and some basic dives on 3 meter today. So just taking it easy.
Max Lee.
Obviously not ideal right before nationals. So I do like competing, and you know, even though nationals is quite
Awesome
nerve-wracking,
job for
I think
Max Lee.
I like that because I can put myself into those uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
So you know, when it gets to the spicy stuff like Worlds or Olympics, I've kind of gone through that and I've got that experience.
Yep. But you've got to play it smart, so you're automatically
I do.
qualified through Singapore anyway. So
Very grateful
63.0 for Max Lee.
be in the position to have automatically qualified. So.
In this
how
fourth
much
round.
time have we got now? Sort of basically, we've got June, July. When you
8,
guys
7, 7.5, 7.5.
We're in Kuala Lumpur for a few days beforehand, so I think we might leave on
So
the 16th.
their score here will determine if they will be able to compete for the World Championship or not.
get- Very nice city. Very
Awesome
nice
job.
diving. I mean, really.
Alright,
For
Vince.
that dive.
Benjamin has just been.
Yeah,
Man,
Benjamin.
forward, right? Got some
Yeah.
rhythm going.
Got some strength on that one. He did a
I'm
really nice
seeing
one in the,
here,
semi-finals, so I think he'll be pretty
Cashel
happy with the
Russo.
consistency on that.
Will be competing for 3-meter springboard. So Benjamin Wilson got 64.5.
Loves
Oh, good
diving.
come out.
Cashel Russo is doing well in the 10 meters platform and also in the 3-meter springboard.
Come on, son. Bust out the reverse 3.5.
That's 64.5
Yeah,
for
so
Benjamin
we got the reverse
Wilson
2.5. What about the boys?
in the 4th round.
They'll get there. They're still, I think.
Rasmus is alright. Look at this.
I think he's got that
Hudson
coming up this
Skinner.
week, So we'll see how that goes.
He'll do a reverse 2.5 somersaults, 3.0 difficulty, 305B.
There's Ben.
Yeah, Hudson was
Reverse?
second in 1 minute, wasn't he? So, going really well.
That's forward. Forward reverse. Alright, oh, good
Great
job.
top.
That's a tough
Yeah, but the
dive.
thing, I mean, it's obviously smidge back on the board.
Because he
maybe
did
that's
forward, then
Yeah,
reverse.
so sometimes when you feel a bit back on the board, you think, sometimes it makes the dive a bit slower, and you think you
It's very
don't have
well
quite
for
as
Hudson.
much time as you do.
42.0.
So you probably just needed to not.
Yeah. Oh, so
Come
the
out to
vertical
left
lines
one
wasn't formed well. Actually, it wasn't formed. It's
no
over
mega
rotated.
disasters on
42.0. He can improve that.
It must feel good to get back in the swing of diving again. Obviously,
So more
that's a
control
pretty
in the
decent break
abdomen.
after
So
that.
we have your casual Russo. We'll be doing a reverse 2.5 somersaults, 307C, and 3.5 difficulty.
It's a good attempt. I mean, I'm not doing that dive.
Cass, I'm going to say it to you live right now. Madison's reverse 3.5 is so much better than yours.
I can say that because I'm
I've
not doing
seen
it
some
right
good
now.
reverse 3.5. I have.
But no,
And I've
sometimes
seen you do
Michelle
it.
Russo got
That's the end of it.
57.75.
And you finish higher.
he's got an amazing tuck shape and amazing spinning. This is actually his first 3 meter proper senior.
6, 5, 5.5, 5, 5.5,
you know, not quite as experienced
57.75.
with hurdles as,
So his
Hudson
standing
and,
will be affected here.
Ben,
Thought it
so
was easy, but it's not, Cass.
Archie now, we are now in the 5th round.
Well,
lovely-
Archie,
lovely
turn it
dive.
up.
Oh, Archie's been really nice and consistent as well, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
He's also in the process of learning, so as
Yeah,
he
the
gets
more
older
you
and learning
compete,
those
the more
harder
you will
dives,
be able
you
to
need,
have a good dive,
to do
51.8.
those harder dives, you also need to be able to push the board down and jump
Yeah.
high. So
He can improve his vertical line in the next
set that up
dives.
nicely.
Archie got 51.8. Forward 3.5 somersaults he did.
So Archie,
With the
good.
5th round.
For us.
Ay, too much away from the hurdle and vertical line won't perform well. It will be a low score.
Similar, Hudson thought he might have been in a bit of trouble on that one.
Yeah.
He didn't need to panic.
No,
It's fine,
come with time,
Hudson.
it's been,
It will,
obviously
definitely.
A little bit annoyed with that one.
You kind of learn how to
39.2 is still good.
So,
Yeah.
when you get a bad hurdle, you know how to when to come out on them and stuff like that.
When you panic
No doubt.
that you get away from the hurdle, then your vertical line will not form well. So 39.2,
I just did a learn to dive.
Straight up diver.
amazing one.
Kim Hoonan for
Lunch and
she's
Abbott,
judging at the moment.
front
Yeah,
3.5
she's
somersaults and
judging
pike.
at the
Oh, there we go. You must be
So-
proud. She's got, hey,
Yeah, so
what's that
she's.
side?
Gosh, I've known Kim for almost 20 years. That shows my age.
This is amazing.
But feeling pretty good about sort of trying to
55.8 for Lunch and Abbott.
I'm
no doubt.
holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
Diving's got its claws in me, so while I'm still loving it, I'm still doing it. I'll see how we go. 4 years is a long time.
Yeah. Give it a crack. We'd love to see you
55
there.
Max Lee of Singapore now.
Yeah, come down the Gold Coast and get a bit of your outdoor.
We'll be
training.
doing a 533D, sorry, 5235D,
Diving pool.
2.8 difficulty, and it will be a back 1.5 somersaults with 2.5 twisting.
For Los Angeles outdoor pool.
Awesome
But
job.
a long time, I think, just trying to pull back into the history books, but I'm pretty sure it was Barcelona. Was the last time that we had an outdoor.
Oh yeah, the Rio.
It was semi. It was what indoor
No,
outdoor.
it was outdoor.
Was
Trust me,
outdoor?
I thought I did my outdoor Olympics tap.
57.4
Suppose
for
it
Max
was
Lee.
a bit of wind occasionally, right?
It was amazingly windy.
Oh
The
really?
men threw me to prelim. I remember it was a bloodbath.
So I mean, obviously, maybe a bit of that tunnel effect. You know, you got the roof.
Benjamin Wilson now in the
Was it?
5th round, inward 2.5
Okay,
somersaults.
bad memory, okay.
405B, 3.0 difficulty, gonna be in a free, yeah, free position.
Some lovely height on that.
Lovely dive.
Obviously choosing to just do in with 2.5 instead of in with 3.5 on that one. Maybe
Yeah.
in with 3.5 a little inconsistent.
Might be coming soon, so probably wanting to play safe for this world
Mhm.
trials. I think a lot of these athletes are heading to Canada and the US in the next week.
Oh yeah, what's that
for
competition? Sorry?
like the American Cup.
The American
Canada
Cup, that's it, yeah.
So maybe great opportunity. for them to dive
60.0 for Benjamin
into
Wilson in the
dives,
5th round.
Get some international competition going.
Yeah, you need that international competition.
And
to
Hudson
really do it.
Skinner,
But like I was saying before, I wish we lived a bit closer.
205B 3.0 difficulty. It will be at 205B, yes. Back to in-half somersaults. Maybe in pike position.
They send you 2 days before the event and like, good luck.
It's the same with the cliff diving community.
Awesome job for Hudson Skinner.
Okay, how do I manage my travel schedule? And that's the other thing. Everyone talks about, okay, diving's hard enough as it is, but then throw, the whole travel.
Especially from Australia, we are 30 hours away from everywhere, at least. apart from Singapore.
7-hour flight. That's pretty good.
So Hudson Skinner got 54.0. Very well, 667. So Chris RD Gymnastics. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Kashel Russo in the 5th round, last diver. Forward 4.5 somersaults, 3.8 difficulty. Or I think this is round 6 now. That's great. Awesome job.
That was actually an impressive hurdle.
Yeah, it was impressive, but how's the vertical line?
A little early, but I think that was great.
What happened?
It's a very hard dive.
Yeah, doing the 4.5 somersaults is really hard. Dive.
Yeah. Very consistent, actually.
76.0. So if you will have 4.5 somersaults in pike position, then 4.5 somersaults in tuck position, you will be one of the best. 76.0 now.
For last round, Archie with his 5-on-5.
Yeah, we are now in the 6th round. Archie.
And he saved that nicely, actually.
Nicely done, Archie.
Here we go. Yeah, he didn't give up on it.
No, he didn't give up, and that and sometimes that's the hurdle that you get in that's what you get in diving. But
we got those arms down.
33.0. Oh,
he does,
he needs to work well with that for Archie.
But I think apart from that one, it was overall pretty steady for Archie.
So 33.0 for Archie.
Amazing.
Super young.
Same dive from James. Oh,
James Hudson.
Yeah.
Sneaking through the water nicely.
Yeah, indeed,
Yeah,
it's
that's
well.
also a new one from James. I think both James and Archie have learned this dive in the last couple of months. Lovely clean entry. Maybe put another
Indeed,
twist
it was
on
a clean
that.
entry. 58.5 for
sometimes,
James
yeah.
Wood.
Come on, Edwin.
Come on, Ed.
It's coaching skills on. But also it takes some time to build up that strength load as well. You know what I mean? Still not 18 yet.
58.5, so 6.5 is his scores.
So this one's, same dive but with an extra twist.
Lunch and Abbott. Ay! That's hesitations.
Andy Banks and I were talking about it.
He can have accident with that dive. He got James Hudson Abbott got hesitation when he's going to start.
That's why he's got a bit of
That one, oh.
Mexican technique in
But
that,
61.2,
and,
but it was a
the
great
jet floor, I
save.
think, with the boys,
The vertical
boys
lines
got a
needs to
little
work on
power, they
also.
don't need it, somersault is much before they do that.
6 and a half, 6.
Spent a fair bit of time in Mexico, but yeah, I remember watching Jay Campo. I mean,
Yes.
kind of rolling.
Max Lee now. So you got front 2.5 somersaults with one hold twisting in pike position. 3.0 difficulty, 5-1, 5-2B.
And a nice entry.
I'd be cool for him though, going in front of his home crowd.
I bet.
Maxley is improving. 61.5, but if Maxley needs to be in the podium, he needs to have a dive with 3.8 difficulty above.
I think so.
61.5.
Has got an open side, but Singapore in summer will be nice and warm.
Benjamin Wilson now. Gonna do a front 2.5 somersaults with double twisting in pike position. 3.4 difficulty. Wow, great height. It's 5-1,
Stick to retiring after
5-4B.
Yep.
A nice steady dive for Ben to finish on.
Really good dive to finish, yep, like you said. Great
Yes,
double out.
it was a very
Everyone's
nice
finishing on a
end dive.
Hudson, but almost everyone's finishing on a twist.
Yeah, it was a very good twisting, very strong core.
Up next.
Yeah.
66.3. So this is Chris RD Gymnastics. Subscribe, like, and share to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. 6 for more commentary in the divings and gymnastics also.
Done as soon as possible.
Don't like it.
One of the greatest
That's fine.
divers in Australia.
So I get my least strong dives out first, but so you don't really want to start with a 305, so I start with a 205 and then a 305.
Cass was in on the starting platform, normally in the 3.5 or something, isn't he?
Oh, it's actually reverse now, actually.
Oh, doesn't do it.
Yeah. I think he used to.
Oh,
Nice
awesome.
by Hutto. I think this one's
Maybe it's a
also,
great dive too.
a newer one for Hutto, so it's really good that he's getting this in the competition experience.
He did well.
But getting the come out right for these guys is tough.
66.3 for Hudson Skinner.
Definitely.
But the vertical line is not there. I cannot see a very good vertical line. That's why it's 66.3. He can have a more. If he can have perfect his vertical lines, actually most of them haven't perfected the vertical lines. Cashel Russo, the last diver. Awesome. He did well. Here's the thing. Cashel Russo is not that tall. That's why we cannot appreciate his vertical lines.
You can tell this is my day job, so I'm gonna bring it
The tooth should be more well pointed, but it's a good jump, and the height, wow. No, it's awesome job. Very gymnast. 66.3.
I think he'll be, honestly, I think he'll be pretty happy with that. It was nice and didn't make any major mistakes.
Yeah, no major mistake, but the scores, he can improve well. He needs to improve his vertical lines.
It's cool that he's just wanting to try some different things and do 3 meter and do his platform.
Six and a half, so he can improve well. So that's our standing. Cashel Russo is number 1. Hudson Skinner, second place. Benjamin is at third place.
That's really interesting. I didn't know.
Maxley needs to improve more. He needs to master more of his, especially the vertical lines in all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was just good just to have a bit of a talk to you and just to get your insights. I know
So those are your divers from Australia, and also Maxley of Singapore.
Understand what your journey's been like, and it's been great watching you and great commentating.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I had a
So
great
yeah,
time.
it's a great time to watch our
Good luck with it all.
boys
Singapore as well.
doing the dive, and it's gonna be the new Olympic cycle
And, a little chin wag.
for LA 2020. Here with our medal ceremony for the 3 meter springboard finals, the Australia Open Diving Cup.
In third place, the bronze medalist, representing Victoria, Benjamin Wilson with a score of 1,095.
Benjamin Wilson of Australia, yes. All of them coming from Australia. Benjamin Wilson.
In second place, the silver medalist, representing Victoria, Hudson Skinner with a score of 1,100.10.
1,100 including the preliminary, the finals, it was all included. So it's a good one because it included not only the final score but also the previous preliminary in qualification.
Representing Queensland, Cashel Russo with a score of 1,222.
Cashel Russo now, gold medalist in a 3 meter springboard finals. Oh, so he's a national champion also. Cashel Russo. Actually, they have a 3 meter springboard diver, who is a very famous in TikTok and also YouTube too. I wonder why he did not compete here. It's very great and very awesome to see them competing, and we might be seeing Cashel Russo in the World Championship for the 3 meter springboard, not only in the platform category but also in the springboard categories. And this is awesome. It's a great show. The organizers are good, and also the water is good. Subscribe, like, and share to Chris RD Gymnastics for more aquatics and gymnastics sports. Thank you very much, commentary. Thank you.